We are live, and I just was inspired to share about a very special subject for you guitar players out there, and that is the subject of three-note voicings. And these chords are very, very common in certain genres, and it's a great technique for guitar when you're accompanying vocalist, when you want to when you want to walk a bass line in jazz, or if you wanted to play like a root 5 kind of thing in Latin music, or if you're playing like a guitar duet and you want to just accompany another instrumentalist, another guitar or another instrumentalist. And the concept is actually really simple. You know, most of us, when we learn guitar, learn bar chords. And so in bar chords, we think of the root as being either on the 6th string or the 5th string. And so you know, we play simple, you know, pop songs with bar chords, and we learn those note names on the 5th and 6th string. So this technique will borrow from what you already know. If you know how to do bar chords and you know what the root names are for the E and the A string. But what we're going to do, and I'll do the, hey there, Big Drum Bear, good to see you. You'll love this technique. Check this out, Aaron. So you play the root on the 5th or 6th string. I'll do the 5th string first because I want to show you the technique within the system of scales. All right, and so if you don't know your scales, I'm going to show you a couple of easy ways to finger the scale. Say, for example, with C major. If you start on a C on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and just use these fingers, starting on your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret. Play D with the 4th finger on the 5th fret. Then 1, 2, 4 on the 4th string, the D string. So you get E, F, G, and then A, B, C. So that's 1, 3, 4. So just fingering wise, it's 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, or C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And I like to, oh, that would be great, Aaron. So again, we're just covering the C major scale, and you'll see why in a second. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay? And you can take that same fingering if you move it up to a D. It's just like bar chords. The scale itself is movable. You know, now I'm playing D major. If I move up to an E flat and do the same fingering, now I'm playing E flat major. And so it's a movable fingering. Just like your chord shapes are movable, so are your scales. And the reason I'm showing you the scale is that you can number the notes in the scale, and that's a good way to make chords. If you understand numbers, then you can construct chords. The scale is always the natural number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 correspond with the notes on the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And every major scale is always the natural numbers. Now, the reason I'm calling them natural numbers is because you can alter them and come up with different scales. So if I lowered the 3rd, for example, 1, 2, 3, see that's a lowered 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, lowered 3, 2, 1. That's a melodic minor scale. So by altering a note here or there, you can come up with different types of scales. The major scale is the first scale you want to learn. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the root on that 5th string, and then we're going to take the 3rd, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to play those together. Now that actually is a chord. It's a C major chord. It's missing the 5th. If you add a G, we have a full triad there. But in this chord, we're actually not going to play the 5th. We're going to skip the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to play the 7. Okay, so root, 3rd, and 7. And that is the C major 7 3-note voicing. Now it's kind of more of a Latin kind of feel. Then if you add the rotating bass, alternate between root and the 5th. You could do a walking bass. Hey there. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. So we're just doing this major 7 chord, and by taking the root, 1, 2, 3, and we add the 3rd, and then add the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we get a C major 7. Now, you can also do that same concept with root on the 6th string. So it's a little different order, because what I want to do is I want to keep the root either on the 5th or 6th string, and I want to keep 3rds and 7ths of the chord on the next 2 strings, the 4th and the 3rd string. All right, and that's my format for making all these chords happen. So if I do the root on the 6th string, 1, 2, 3, can I just add this 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, because I want to reserve the 5th string for roots. So 3rds, no go. So I'm going to go up to the next note that is a 3rd or 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to add that 7th in there. Then it's back to 1. All right. To find the 3, I'm just going to keep on going up the scale. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it's the same fingering going up that we did in C major. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. That's the scale. And then I just want to extend that to find that 3rd. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to play the 7. The root is on the 6th string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll add the 7 and the 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is the root, 7th and 3rd. Root is on the 6th string. 7th is on the 4th string. 3rd is on the 3rd string. Now I'm going to stick with my little Latin rhythm. I could add the little alternating bass line. On the 5th of the chord, the 5 is the D for the key of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, or I could do it like a walking bass line. C major 7. So just a short little jab of the 3rd and 7th of the chord really gives it a feel like you're playing a lot of chord. And it's just 3 notes, and 1, 3, and 7. And this covers a lot for a lot of different styles of jazz playing and accompaniment. It's definitely a great technique for accompaniment. I wanted to extend the knowledge just a little bit. So now you've got your major 7s with the root on the 6th. That's the G major 7 that we did. And then the C major 7 we did first with the 3rd and 7th. Root is on the 5th string. third and seventh on the next two. And so by altering the third and seventh, like say if I take the seventh of the G major 7 and lower it, I get a G7. And if I take the seventh of the C major 7 and lower it, I get a C7. Okay, so major 7s have the 7 from the major scale, whereas seventh chords, they have a seventh that's been lowered, okay, by 1 fret. So now I've got blues chords, because blues that uses the dominant seventh chord a lot, or the seventh chord. What's that? That signal keeps going. Okay. Love you, Aaron. Have a good night. So you can see that I'm just playing root third and seventh, and just doing blues progression. The 5 chord is the D7. Notice it's the same fingering as the C7. So now, one last step, and that is I lowered the sevenths there to make seventh chords. If you lower the third as well, you get a minor 7. And then the same thing on the C7. If you take the third and lower it from the C7, you take the third and lower it, you get a C minor 7. Major 7, I just lower the third and the seventh, get minor 7. Okay, from C major 7, I lower the third and the seventh, 1 fret, I get C minor 7. All right. So that's 3 chord types: major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7, and pretty much that's like 90% of the chords you're going to use for playing jazz standards or the kind of tunes that use seventh chords. And they're great voicings on guitar. I use them in a lot of different contexts, and so I hope you enjoy those. And I'm hoping to be able to share this concept with a lot of people through this video. So please share. Thanks. Hey there. Well, yeah, kind of. I'm hoping I can figure out how to save this so that I can post it somewhere. I don't know if you can save them or not. Anyway, love.